My week's almost over. It's 4:30 p.m. where I am, so after this, I'm clocking out for the week.
It's 10:30 where I'm at.
Nice. The day just getting started.
Yes, sir.
All right, so here we are. We are live. It's been a couple weeks since my last episode, but we are back, thankfully, finally, which is good. Kenneth and I have tried to do this a couple times. This is like, I think we've had to reschedule like 3 times or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but we finally made it here. We're finally here, and I'm very excited to chat with you today, Kenneth. So before we start, I always want to do a couple like sort of icebreaker type questions because we wait for people to trail in slowly and get some real information when there's some people watching. So first thing I want to ask is, what is your preferred like work style? Like, do you prefer to work from home, hybrid, at the office?
Normally we prefer to work from home. I may work sometimes when I travel, but mostly just from home.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think like you get so much of your life back when you don't have to commute anywhere every day, you know?
Yeah. Especially I guess in the States, it can be kind of chaotic with traffic.
Yeah. Where are you in the US, by the way?
Dallas, Texas.
Okay, nice. A lot of driving, I can imagine.
Yes, everything's spread out.
Yeah. I'm from South Africa originally, and South Africa is very much like that. So I'm used to it. I'm used to that too. But I live in Europe at the moment, and Europe is just so much easier to get around, honestly. Everything's so much more condensed, and the public transport system is so good. But even still, working from home is way better because you don't have to go anywhere. You can just stay home, wear your underwear. No one knows. It's great. It's fine. You don't have to get dressed up or anything like that. And another question is, what is like one tool or platform that you use in your job that you can't like live without?
Probably like Splunk for me.
Okay. What is that?
Like, Splunk's like a log management and data aggregation platform.
Okay.
It has a security functionality called Splunk Enterprise Security, which is a SIEM platform.
Okay.
Platform I specialize in. Like that platform and other platforms similar towards it.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Nice. And is there anybody like in the cyberspace right now, like any creators or any people like who you consider like a mentor or something that you want to give a shout out to, who's like doing good stuff?
I would probably say Henry Davis from Tech Tool Chatter.
Okay.
And then probably Chloe Burton, who's a manager at Deepwatch.
Okay. Nice. Cool. Sounds good. Okay. So let's get started on the questions. So what I want you to do is I want you to sort of describe what it is that you do in 2 ways. First of all, like imagine like you and me, we meet at a party, we're having a conversation, you ask me what I do, and I say I'm a dentist, and I ask you what do you do, and I have no idea what it is, and I need you to describe it to someone who isn't a tech person. And then the second way I want you to do it is if you can describe it to someone who is a bit more tech savvy, like someone who's maybe a coder or something, but wants to know a little bit more about cybersecurity. So first of all, okay, so I'm a dentist. I don't know what you do. Like, how would you describe it?
Like a non-technical perspective, I would say my job is to protect companies' assets and make sure their environments are secure.
Okay.
At a very basic layman's term.
Okay, nice. And if I'm a little more tech savvy, how would you describe it?
I am a blue team threat hunter or detection engineer, and I build out detection rules to protect corporations against malicious actors within corporations' environments.
Okay, nice. Okay, but you're also an instructor. So how do you like balance those 2 things, like as a threat hunter and an instructor?
It's been a lot of fun. I would definitely say people always asking the question. I don't know, honestly. I just enjoy doing both, so I make it work.
But how do you find the time? I mean, it must be like so much work. You must be burnt out all the time.
I am tired pretty often because I do get the most out of my day, so it is enjoyable.
Nice.
So normally I have a pretty good team around me that helps manage my day-to-day activities normally to make my life a lot easier to actually do from that regard. So
nice.
It's been a lot of fun in that regard to actually get to do that.
Yeah. Okay. And you started the academy like 3 years ago.
3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago in June.
Yeah. Okay. So like, how did that happen? Like, how did you like come up with the idea to get something like instruction type thing going? Like, how did it start?
It was kind of by accident. Someone told me one day that if I actually charged them to train them, that they would actually pay me. Someone told me that again. I'm like, okay, let me actually see if I can actually charge for this. And I did, and then people really liked it. So I decided to say screw it and turn it into actual business, and kind of just gone from there.
Okay, nice. How does it work? Like, do you have like a platform? Like, you have a website or?
Yeah, we have our platform's on Kajabi, and so all our modules are there, all of our classes are there, everything's integrated inside. Slack channels there as well.
Yeah.
Questions our students have, we can always just ask us there.
Okay, nice, sweet. Okay, we'll make sure to link that at the end of the show. So can you tell us about like your learning and career path, like how you ended up like in this field?
So I'm from Tampa, Florida, hence all the Buccaneers gear and stuff like that.
Nice.
Of course, on this side, kind of opposite. So I did initially business management for my undergrad, but I wanted something a little bit more niche. So I moved to cybersecurity and MIS. I worked as a deli clerk all throughout college at public supermarkets, which is the best supermarkets on the planet. From there, I got a job as a threat intelligence analyst at Publix for the actual corporate side. Then I got a job as a software engineer, moved from software engineering to system engineering, consulting work, threat hunting work, and then started my own company.
Okay, nice. And like, what does your day-to-day work life look like? Like, what are your hours like? Like, what are you doing? Like what does the average day of work look like for you?
It all depends, honestly.
Yeah.
Some days I'm just like hands on keyboard all the time, working to handle client incidents. Other days I have to do presentations for my executives. Other days I'm doing podcasts, stuff like this, or I may be training, teaching other people, or traveling to train and teach other people. So it just depends.
Okay, nice. And like, is the majority of your work like completely remote? So, like, do you go to like
80% of it's completely remote.
80%? Okay. So like, how does like the remote section of the job differ from like the in-person section? Like, what are you doing differently?
When you're in person, because normally if I'm in person, I'm doing presentations for my own company, my own site.
Oh, okay.
And then I would just travel towards whatever client I have, lead that training session, then either fly back home or still talk to my client for a couple of days.
Okay, nice. Yeah. And like, what kind of person is good for this kind of role, like personality wise? Like someone who has good traits or bad traits? Like, what would you say is like an important trait to have?
If you don't, especially at my level, if you don't like doing presentations, doing reports, or talking towards executives, it probably isn't a field for you, honestly. Especially for my particular area of cybersecurity.
Okay.
That's what half my job, honestly, is. It's either I do something, then I have to tell them how I did it and why.
Okay.
If you can't explain that towards them, then it's hard to be successful in this field.
Okay, so it's a lot of soft skills.
Yeah, a lot of them, which always surprises people. That's what probably half my job is, honestly.
Okay, and then like from a technical standpoint, what is like the most important technical skill you might need to have?
I would say overall just analysis of data and trends.
Okay.
At a very fundamental level.
Yeah.
Like scripting, programming is important for a lot of different jobs. So is like using query languages, infrastructure, building up servers. That's all super important. But like functionally speaking, like analysis of data.
Okay, nice. And so whenever I like set up one of these episodes, I always send like a questionnaire. And in the questionnaire, one thing you flagged was discussing how hard it is to get into cybersecurity, whether it is hard or not. So, like, what is your opinion on that? Is it difficult to get into?
It depends what lens you look at it from. Is it hard in general? Yeah, it's hard. Is it hard compared towards other fields? If you want to become a doctor or lawyer, honestly, probably not as hard.
Okay.
If you're a doctor or lawyer, you spend probably 8 to 10 years of your entire lifespan to do one single thing. And cybersecurity, to get inside the field, may take you between 12 to 24 months for the majority of people. Yeah. So my mind is not as hard compared to those fields, right? It is hard in general to be disciplined and do this over and over again and get like spat in the face and have to go back and ask someone the same thing over and over again, right? That is hard, but it's worth it in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Would you say like that amount of time can be like halved if you have like a technical background, or is it always kind of like minimum like a year to 2 years?
If you come from a more technical background, you can probably speed up the process. If you come from a non-technical background, you'll have to use your transferable skills that you have from whatever industry you're coming from to try to navigate that one. So it's going to probably take you a little bit longer compared to the average person. Okay,
right, fair enough. Can you tell us like an example of like a threat that you dealt with, or like something you detected and then you dealt with? Like what is the process of like detecting a threat and then dealing with it? Like what does that look like?
So one of my last clients, this was like last year, I had to help build out their UEBA platform with sensor user entity behavior analytics to track what users do and what they do inside corporations. For that, I had to build out certain queries and correlate that with other data as well. So detecting on why users may be going on like Pornhub.com or going on like a Google Drive when we only use SharePoint. And try and correlate that data and then report it back towards my team.
Okay. Interesting. Nice. That's cool. So what are some like the go-to tools and platforms that you use as a threat hunter?
Like Splunk and Price Security, could be another SIM like Google SecOps, could be a SOAR platform like XSOAR Palo Alto or Splunk Phantom. Virus Total, could be different tips as well, like Cisco Talos, could be using MITRE as well. or another XDR platform like CrowdStrike or SentinelOne. So this depends.
Okay. Okay, nice. And are there any like misconceptions that people have about the cybersecurity industry that you would say are untrue?
Thinking, I'll probably say there's technically like no quote unquote entry level positions.
Okay. Interesting.
All jobs require some level of experience, right? Because cybersecurity is a specialized field.
Right.
So there are not really any entry level. I've never touched this in my entire life before, for the most part.
Okay.
Normally, they're all going to require some level of competency or experience for that, which is why having some type of transferable skills is beneficial, right? Now,
Right.
the skills needed may not be completely technical, so you don't have to have purely technical skills to get inside.
Okay. So you could start in the industry in a more non-technical role than actual transference technical role.
Yeah, like account manager or sales rep, right? If you work a sales rep like at CrowdStrike and you want to work as like an analyst, you'll have to know how the platforms work for what you're selling, because it's very hard to sell something you don't understand.
Okay.
So you can kind of pivot in through that way, for example.
Yeah. Okay. But the barrier for entry, if you are someone technical who wants to start immediately, like in a technical role in the cyberspace, is pretty high.
It's decently high.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Cool. Has your field been changed by AI much? Like, what's the impact of AI been since it became such a big deal?
It's helped to streamline some basic tasks and make analysts and engineers' lives easier. I would still say if you don't know what you're doing, AI is really going to help you out. There's a lot of people just copy and paste something inside of a prompt.
I think that applies to like every field pretty much.
Yeah, and then they'll try to run it and it doesn't work and break something. And they don't want to fix it because they don't know how this language works or how these processes work.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Okay, and if someone can't like afford to get a degree in cybersecurity, how would you recommend that they go about studying it?
If they want to get a degree in cybersecurity, it's going to depend on if I would recommend that. If you already have a degree in something else, you probably don't have to get a degree in cybersecurity, honestly. If you want to get a degree in cybersecurity, do your research on what the school actually offers, the benefits of it, their alumni network, how many other people have the type of degree, and then kind of go from there.
Yeah.
There's other ways you can get inside without a degree. I normally recommend if your firm can pay for it, then work for a firm that will, and then go from there.
Okay, nice. And before we finish up, do you have any words of wisdom, like any advice you would give to your younger self, something like that?
Yes. So someone that's in my shoes or was in my shoes previously, like broke Kenneth from college. Do realize everything you do will be hard. It's just it's the choices you choose, or the path you choose is going to be hard. It's just what path you choose, right? But everything you do is going to be hard. So just don't take your hard. That's good.
That's good advice. I think that applies to a lot of things in life. That's really good.
Anything that's worthwhile in life is going to be hard. So just pick what matters towards you.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%. Yeah. Okay, cool. I mean, I think that's about it for today. Thank you so much, Kenneth, for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. Thanks for all the information you gave us. If you're not connected with Kenneth, connect with him. Send me a link to the website, and I'll make like a follow-up post about the conversation. And thank you so much for your time today, Kenneth.
Of course, glad to be here.
All right, thanks, man. Take care.